Yuta Okkotsu and Chihiro Rokuhira are both characters that shouldn't have anything to do with each other, other than the fact that they both have swords and black hair. Well, either ways, none of that really matters. What does matter is who would win if these two were to battle against each other. Well, without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Yuta Okkotsu is a special grade sorcerer and student of Tokyo Jujutsu High. He was originally introduced in JJK Volume 0, but would still make his full debut in the main series just a little bit prior to the Calling Games arc. Yuta, as a special grade sorcerer, is one of the strongest characters within his verse. He also possesses large amounts of cursed energy, with many characters stating that it was boundless, which isn't really true, as he has been shown to run out of cursed energy. But the amount of cursed energy he does have surpasses that of his teacher, Satoru Gojo. Yuta possesses the copy technique, which lets him copy the cursed technique of other sorcerers. The requirements to this is currently unknown, but it has been shown that if he lets Rika eat the body part of a sorcerer, he's able to use that cursed technique. His domain expansion, Authentic Mutual Love, just creates a barrier where all his copy techniques have a sure hit effect. Speaking of Rika is the cursed spirit that was born from the soul of Yuta's childhood friend, Rika Orimoto, who died in an accident. Now, the Rika seen in the current chapters of JJK isn't the same Rika from JJK 0, as that Rika was liberated back in JJK 0 after defeating Geto. Rather, this Rika is more of a Shikigami for Yuta, as she can also store cursed tools and other items. She also stores Yuta's copied curse techniques, as Rika has to be manifested in order for him to use those copied techniques for a maximum of 5 minutes. And although I said that she was a Shikigami, she does possess a level of sentience, as she has been seen many times to act on her own accord. But she ultimately only does things that would benefit Yuta. Yuta is also capable of using reversed cursed energy and reversed curse technique to heal himself to a great degree, but attacks that destroy his brain or his heart entirely do not apply. In terms of AP and durability, Yuta should scale to small town level or slightly higher, as he was able to land critical blows on Ishigori, also being able to block attacks from him, with Ishigori also possessing the highest cursed energy output in history. He would scale higher if he did use Black Flash, but it's way too much of a variable to me because it seems to be more locked based than it is more skill based. In terms of speed, he should be able to scale, if not surpass, Hakari, who was able to dodge lightning, which should scale him to massively hypersonic plus levels of speed. He might be slightly higher than Hakari, but I think this is like a decent spot for Yuta. That's pretty much the bare bones of Yuta's stats and techniques and abilities without delving too deep into everything. But let's look at Chihiro's stats and let's see how much he compares to that of Yuta. Chihiro Rokuhira is the son of Kunishige Rokuhira, a man famed as the creator of the infamous enchanted blades, swords that were once used during the Great War in the past. These swords are immensely powerful, as it is believed that only a person with an enchanted blade is capable of fighting another. Prior to the beginning of the story, Chihiro lived with his father in solitude, as the wars of the past were over. Hence, there was no need for him to forge any more enchanted blades. But tragedy would strike, as people looking to possess the power of the enchanted blade would disturb this peace that Chihiro and his father also had, and they would kill his father and take his prized swords. This would lead to our protagonist with a mission to recover all of his father's enchanted blades in taking down the Shishaku, the people who killed his father. Now, Chihiro possesses the enchanted blade Eten, and as most enchanted blades, it increases the user's spirit energy by a lot, to the point that it's too much for the body to handle, and would then be released by the sword. Eten has quite a few amount of abilities. To start with, Kuro, this summons a black goldfish, which covers Chihiro's arms and his sword, and with what seems like dark energy, and it lets him send out flying slashes that move at very high speeds and cause significant damage, as they are capable of slicing through opponents like if they were paper. Scatter is a variant of Kuro, which Chihiro was capable of doing after truly understanding the inner workings of Eten. Much like base Kuro, this releases a slashing attack, but this time there are multiple slashes, with each slash being far more compact and more rapid as it's capable of releasing 20 slashes and possibly more. Aka is also one of the main abilities of Eten. This summons a red goldfish that blocks incoming attacks, but that's not all it does, as it's also able to send them back at the opponent. We do not know if there's a limit to how much Aka can block and repel, so it's safe to say that it's a pretty high ceiling. In terms of AP and durability, Chihiro should be at about city block level, as he's able to slice through Sojo's Yui, which was based off its size and span the city block. And he did this with his base Kuro, and if you were to increase this with Nishiki, he should be at around the high city block level or city block level plus, depends on how you want to interpret it. And when talking about speed, he should be sitting at massively hypersonic, and that's without Nishiki, as he was able to just be barely able to go toe-to-toe with Soju, who was using Mei to move at lightning speeds, and while using Nishiki, which is a 3 times multiplier, he should be able to enter the tiers of massively hypersonic plus levels of speed. With all that being said, after looking at both of their stats, this question still remains who would come out on top. Now, with just their bare bones scaling and feats, Yuta should win this fight with low to mid levels of difficulty. They are pretty equal in terms of speed, but Yuta has way higher AP and durability, and I'm not even talking about his abilities or domain expansion. Chihiro unfortunately has no way of possibly harming Yuta, and even if Chihiro were to somehow harm Yuta, but let's say he used Aka to reflect one of Yuta's attack back at him, mind you, this isn't even very likely, but Yuta still has the healing factor of reverse cursed energy to handle the situation, and that's assuming Yuta doesn't start the fight by straight up opening his domain. That would be straight up GG's for Yuta, as Chihiro doesn't have any way of possibly countering a domain expansion. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and let me know your thoughts in the comments of this match. And if you have any idea for a versus battle, be sure to let me know down in the comments. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.